everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing my time. Doing my time. Got myself a problem.
Live from San Diego, it's Sports World Radio.
You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann.
Hey, welcome to Sports World Radio. Excuse me, I am your host, Jeff Escow. Alongside me is our co-host, Sean Mann. We'll bring him in just a minute. You're listening to Sports World Radio on SportsWorldRadio.com. Now, if you are not hanging out in our chat room with us, head on over to Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. Head on over there. Get an account. It's free to get an account. Get yourself a free account. Then type in Sports World Radio. Click when you get there. Excuse me. At the bottom of the page, you'll see my live stream going on. Click the bubble there that's next to the heart. In fact, click the heart and like our show. And then click the bubble and the chat room will open up and you'll see everybody chatting in the chat room. That's over at Spreaker.com. Sports World Radio over there. Now, if you want to get in touch with the show, 619-663-3715. That's 619-663-3715 is the number to get in touch with the show. If you're hanging out on SportsWorldRadio.com, you see a little call now button on the left-hand side. If you have Skype, you can give us a call there. For Skype users only, just click that call now button. You'll be directed right to the show. Head on over to Facebook and like our Facebook page at facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. And while you're doing that, head on over to Twitter and follow us over at Twitter at twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio as well. Now, with all the particulars out of the way, what do you say? Hey, we bring in that co-host of ours, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on, buddy?
I'm doing good, Jeff, and welcome everybody to the Wednesday show for Sports World Radio. It is the 24th of September, 2014, 6:06 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:06 p.m. on the West. For you people in the Central, figure it out for yourself. Weather right now, very kind of like overcast, a little bit of humidity in the air. Doing well in general, been busy today. How are you, Jeff, and how is it in sunny San Diego? I'm pretty sure it's a stupid question. It's always sunny in sunny San Diego.
I don't know why you're asking me a stupid question like that, you rat bastard. You know it's beautiful here in sunny San Diego. It's gorgeous. About 90 degrees out here. I'm loving it. That's why I still have the air conditioner on. It's too freaking hot.
But this is a sports show. I'm glad you're doing well, Jeff. We got a lot of stuff to get to. First, I would like to open up the show. I know, Josh, you gave me some good stories here, and I'm going to get to your stories. Got to start in Major League Baseball. I told Jeff about this, post on Facebook about this. For the first time since 1993, it's going to happen where both in the American League, the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees, ladies and gentlemen, will not be in the playoffs. Today, the Yankees were officially eliminated from playoff contention. They got pounded again by the Baltimore Orioles 9-5. Jeff, that's got to make you a very happy man because now no Red Sox, no Yankees in the postseason.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Who asked for that at the beginning of the year?
You did.
Wow, I got my wish, didn't I?
You got your wish. You were like saying, in the 6 years you and I have been doing shows, you have been wanting it to happen where it would be like, can't we just have one here where it wouldn't have to be the Red Sox or the Yankees in the playoffs?
I finally got it.
I've
been asking for all these years. I finally got it, huh, man? You know? I finally freaking got it. I'm happy. No freaking Yankees, no freaking Red Sox. I don't have to listen to you for the rest of the baseball season now. It's beautiful.
It is probably beautiful when you think about it. You're looking at, like we've said all along for American League, new teams. And I was happy. I was watching updates today saying, please, Yankees, continue to keep losing. I'm sick of you already like I am every year. And so they will be officially eliminated. It means that it's the end of Derek Jeter's debut pretty much, as he's got one more game tomorrow night, then the final weekend series up in Fenway Park, as they say adios and goodbye to the captain of the Yankees, number 2, Derek Jeter.
Last game tomorrow night, right? At Yankee Stadium, right?
The last game at Yankee Stadium, and it was by this time last year that the Yankees were saying goodbye to Mariano Rivera. Now, a year later, they say goodbye to the captain, number 2, Derek Jeter, who has been really the face of that franchise since he came to that team. He was 0 for 4 today, but you know what? Every time he was at bat, and I've seen it throughout the last few weeks, they've been chanting his name and just clapping, hoping that he could hit a home run because Yankee fans have remembered what he has done so much for the team. When he won the World Series in '96, they talked about some of the top big plays, and I know you've seen it, Jeff, on SportsCenter about the Yankees, Derek Jeter and the home runs, the one when Jeffrey Mayer, the little Yankee fan, stole the ball
talk
from the
about
Orioles
that
in the
so
96
much,
ALCS.
man.
And you can't forget Mr. November against the Diamondbacks when he hit the home run.
Yeah. You like living in the past, don't you?
It's not the past, it's facts, and those are good facts.
Doesn't matter, but let me ask you, Sean, I understand it's facts, but when did it happen?
That happened 13 years ago.
Well, that's okay. Now let me ask you a question: Is that in the past? Is that in the past?
Yes, it is.
Okay, then you like living in the past, don't you? I live in the present, my friend, and in the present, there's no Red Sox or Yankees in the freaking playoffs. Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Hallelujah! That's what you would be saying.
That's right.
So that's pretty much.
I love that, Josh. Way to go! It's the past, nostalgic boy. You know something, Josh? He is. That's what I love about Sean. Sean's got all this fun-filled vaunt of information stuck in the back of his head from the past. And he's got to spew it out. I love it. I love that about Sean. He's got all this stuff sitting in the back of his head from the 80s, from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, all the way up to... He's got it sitting back there. What do you think? He needs a sports show to spew that garbage out. But he does. He lives in the past. Sean was born 25 years too late. Sean would have been happy to have born when I was born. So he could have lived everything that I lived. Because I lived everything that he talks about. And
I'll take it, everybody, as a compliment. And that's what it's
Am
about,
I right,
though,
Sean?
too.
Am I right, Sean? You would have liked to see... you didn't see much of Larry Bird play, did you?
Never did get a chance to watch Bobby Orr, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, the list goes
right,
on.
you would have loved to seen that, right? Happening when it was going on, right? You would have loved to have been living when that was going on, right?
Yeah.
See,
it is true.
Yeah, you're an old soul. That's what they call an old soul. You're an old soul because you wish you would have been born back then to see it all live. You're a history buff. You're an old soul when it comes to... I see you post on Facebook all the time with JFK stuff. You're an old soul, dude. No doubt about it.
He's my idol, so
yeah, I know.
That's what you have to get at.
I know, and you're an old soul. You're the type of person that was born 25, 30 years too late. Right?
So, Josh, that's right.
Hey,
Josh,
Wes.
Because Sean is a social bully. Oh, whatever.
Hey,
boo-hoo about it. You two don't know anything about sports if you can't have a little fun.
Oh, be quiet over there. Hey, Wes. Stop posting Pittsburgh Pirate crap on my Facebook page.
He just posted on my wall.
Did you see that?
Yes.
I while I was talking to you and I was saying that, I went over to my Facebook page to turn it off because it slows my computer down a little bit, and popped up a Pittsburgh Pirate thing. Hey, Wes. Let me explain it to you so you fully understand before we go to commercial. I got 3 minutes. Okay? Before we go to commercial, Wes, I'm going to explain it to you and to everybody else, every other Pittsburgh Pirate fan there is. The Pittsburgh Pirates did not make the playoffs. They got the right to play in the play-in game to make the playoffs. You understand there, buddy? You got that? They haven't made the playoffs. I don't know what you're celebrating about. I don't know what the hell they're popping champagne and They haven't made the playoffs yet. They've won the right to play in the play-in game to see which team makes the playoffs. You understand, Wes? That's how it is, my friend. They haven't made crap yet. They're not in the playoffs.
The Pirates did clinch, but they are not officially in. They have to win their one-game playoff, and then they will be officially in the playoffs.
It's not a one-game playoff. It's a one. Sean.
Oh yeah.
It's not a one-game in playoff. It's not a playoff game. It's a play-in game. That's the terminology that Major League Baseball used when they decided to do this. They called it the play-in game. The play-in game means you're playing in the play-in game. The winner of that goes to the playoffs. That's the definition of a play-in game, you jackass.
We have reached a quarter after the hour. When we come back, we got a lot more stuff to get to on Sports World Radio.
You're listening to Jeff Escow and Shawn Man on
Sports World Radio.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow new way to workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Are you singing We Are Family? Listen, don't give me none of that We Are Family stuff here. I don't want to hear that, okay? We're not the Pittsburgh Pirates We Are Family team here. The Pittsburgh Pirates did not make the playoff. Oh, by the way, you're listening to Jeff Escow and Shawn Man on Sports World Radio. Listen, the Pirates didn't make the playoffs. They made the play-in game. Do you see what I was listening to while we were on break? This schmo-bagel is singing We Are Family during the break. Are you kidding me?
Of Wes, and you know that with Wes, it's going to be like this. When the Pirates win the World Series, you all will get We Are Family, and I'm going to tell you one thing. I am going to be so happy because he'll probably say it'll end 35 years.
They're not even going to win the play-in game. Okay? They're not even going to win the play-in game. So I don't want to hear about it. Wes, you're getting all happy for them winning. For them, you know what? Hey, instead of the Pittsburgh Pirates playing 162 games this year, they get to play 163. That's all that means, because it's a play-in game. They're going to play San Francisco. The winner of that game goes to the playoffs. They're not in the playoffs yet. Unstinking believable.
Josh, you're funny. The Pirates could sniff a world championship as much as the Cowboys could.
Hey, I like that one, Josh. Hey, Sean. Hey, Wes. What are you going to say when they lose to the Giants in the play-in game? Well, at least we made the playoffs. No, you didn't. You couldn't even win a play-in game to make the playoffs.
He'll even say this before next week. He'll say, think about what happened last year, Jeff and Sean. The Pirates beat the Reds in the one-game play-in game, and then they went and took the Cardinals to 5 games last year.
Well, that's not going to happen this year. I hate that damn second freaking wild card team. The only way the Pittsburgh Pirates are able to make the play-in game is because Bud Selig had to add a second wild card team so they had a chance. Otherwise, they'd be in last place every freaking year and never make the playoffs or nothing. They're in a play-in game. They haven't made no playoffs yet. Unstinking believable. I just don't get it.
Jeff has to explain the information.
I know. Why? You're such a baseball fan and you know everything. You're the man who knows all sports and knows everything. Well, why don't you know that, you jackass? Huh?
He's just excited. He says, I finally got something to... He's probably like, I got something to cheer about now because the Pirates have a chance to win the World Series. Win the play-in game, win the NLDS, the NLCS, and the World Series next month.
And I'm on a roll right now. Where's your friend Michael? I'll rip him too.
He said to me last night on Facebook Messenger, he says, I can own S-Scout because he goes, tell him that S-Scout needs to realize the Cowboys still have 5 Super Bowls. And the
I
Giants
have to
only
say,
have 4.
but see, I don't really care what he says. Okay? I care where he says it. Because where he says it is on Facebook Messenger, not in the chat room. Because he doesn't
have the balls to go.
Exactly, Sean. It is your friend, and you said that. Sean, you need to, when he types to you on Facebook Messenger, you type back to him. I am not relaying any more messages for you until you get the balls to come into the chat room because Jeff wants you in the chat room. It's that simple. He doesn't have the balls to come into the chat room to type that stuff. He has to do it through Facebook Messenger, through Sean, to me. No balls. No cojones whatsoever. None. Zilch, zippo, none. Mike, I'm calling you out. Unstinking believable, these people. Well, what's going on here?
Now we talk about other news in Major League Baseball. Now, since the Red Sox and Yankees are officially done and over with after 18 straight years from 1995 to 2013, there's other news in the American League. As you all know, the Kansas City Royals, they could very well start celebrating. They are inches away from getting into the playoffs since 1985. That game is tonight on ESPN. And, Jeff, I have to tell you that incredible story. You know, you think about it last year. The Pirates, you know, they ended 21 years, and now the Royals are on the verge of getting to the playoffs. This is going to be great for baseball when you look at all these new teams getting in there that nobody really expected to get in there. So I'd say the Royals will be in there, and I'll say the A's. And I'm going to start ruling out the Mariners and Indians. I don't see it happening where both teams are getting in there. Seattle is playing real sloppy down the stretch.
Well, Seattle's pretty much out of it. Look, I was looking at something right before we went on the air. It looks like it's going to be Kansas City and Oakland. And Oakland lost today to the Angels already. So it looks like it's going to be Kansas City and Oakland, the 2 wild cards.
It looks like that, too. And I have to tell you, the Oakland A's are not playing good baseball. For them to lose this game against them, they are not looking good. And they have just gone downhill the last couple of weeks. But they are on the verge of a possible collapse. You know, maybe if Seattle and Cleveland start waking up and start playing well, they could have a chance to get in there. But Oakland doesn't look very good anyway. They're losing right now 5-4 to the Oakland A's. But I tell you, it's kind of an impressive story to see that this Royals baseball team, a team that nobody even picked at the beginning of the year, would be so good. And, you know, you got to give Clint Hurdle props with what he's done with the Pirates, and I got to give Ned Yost, the manager of the Royals, props, because how he has built that team is amazing, Jeff. This young baseball team, and they've never been in the postseason in my lifetime. They have in yours, but not in mine.
I know. Not in yours. Isn't that a shame?
29 long years since the Royals had a chance to be in baseball with George Brett.
I still remember that game when they called him out for too much tar on his back. I still remember him come running out of the dugout.
Which was 1983. You remember that, the Royals taking on the Yankees, and they ruled it was pine tar, and then George Brett exploded at the umpires.
You weren't born then, were you?
Oh, no, but I've seen replays of it before.
See, you're an old... See, that's what I'm saying. Sean is an old soul. He wishes he was alive during the Bob Cousy days, don't you? Don't you?
Bob Cousy days.
Don't you?
Absolutely.
Don't you?
Your dad remembers Bob Cousy.
Heck, I remember a little bit of Bob Cousy myself. You know, I was. Hey, dude, I'm gonna tell you something. I was around when the Knicks had Walt Frazier, Willis Reed, Dave DeBusschere, Earl Monroe, Dick Barnett, Bill Bradley. That's when I was born. That's when I was around. I got to see those guys play. How about that? You know, that was a lot of fun. You know, I got to see that. You know, people like you're an old soul. You wish you got to see something like that, right? You wish you got to see Larry Bird, McHale, what's his face, the tall guy?
Dennis Johnson,
Robert Parrish,
Danny Ainge.
Yeah, see, you even know the guys, and you weren't even born then.
Nope.
You wish you were alive to watch that, right?
Right.
See, I seen all that happen. I'm old, dude. It kind of stinks. The Sid Luckman days. Look at Josh. The Sid Luckman days. Wow.
So you watching the game tonight, Jeff, between the Royals and the Indians tonight? And what do you think tonight? Do you say it's going to happen that the Royals wrap this thing up and pretty much have the wild card pretty much in hand? Because I think, 1 or 2 games they need to get into the playoffs.
I haven't watched.
I think Detroit still has the edge for the AL Central.
I haven't watched a lot of baseball at all this season. I find it boring.
Well, next month in October, we'll have to be covering a lot of that for the Major League Baseball playoffs, and it actually begins on September 30th. That
believe it or not,
play-in game, as you call it.
Believe it or not, that's when I'll start watching. Is usually during the playoffs. You know, I've seen baseball here and there. I watched a couple innings of a game here and there, but it's too slow for me. It's just too slow for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, even going to games, it's just slow. I need action. I got to be moving and grooving. And, you know, when I'm sitting in my studio, I'm doing 4 or 5 things at once. You know, a game is just too slow for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got 2 computers going. I got the TV on. I got music here. I got talking to people. I'm doing 6, 7 things at once. You know, basketball works because it moves and I can listen to it.
NBA preseason isn't that far away, Jeff. It's coming up soon.
Yeah, it's coming. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait.
The next story.
Hey, you know something? Check this out. And I think I might be going. The Lakers are playing the Denver Nuggets here in San Diego in a preseason game.
What day is that?
I don't know what day it is. I've seen it advertised on TV. I think I'm gonna go and use my press pass because I have my press pass for that building. So I might go. Yeah, I might go and check out that game.
Oh, here he is. Wes is here. Uh-oh, here we go.
Hey, Wes. I said it before you were here. So you're going to have to go back and listen to the beginning of the show again because I ripped you a new one. And now that you're here, I'll rip you a new one right in front of you. Okay? Because I'm an equal opportunity ripper. I'll rip you behind your back and I'll rip you in front of your face. It doesn't matter to me.
Well, look what he says. Hey, Jeff, here I am. Give me some love.
I'm
Go
gonna.
Pirates. Buck
I'm gonna give you some love right now because I don't know what world you live in, but in the world that I live in the world that Sean lives in the world that my producer of the show lives in, and the world that everybody else lives in, the Pittsburgh Pirates have not made the playoffs yet. They have made the play-in game. They will play San Francisco, and the winner of that game will go to the playoffs, my friend. They have not made the playoffs.
Dude, I'm always here.
Well, did you hear what I said to you at the beginning of the show? Because I said the same thing at the beginning of the show I'm telling you right now. They are having a one-game play-in game against the San Francisco Giants to see which team actually makes the playoffs. And you want to know something? The Kansas City Royals and the Oakland A's are going to have a play-in game to see who makes the playoffs. So don't give me none of y'all, we made the playoffs, woo! No, you haven't made nothing.
Before we go to the commercial break, give us that big brag right there, Wes, and then all of a sudden you say the Pirates are going to probably go all the way. So you probably will say, bring them on, man. We'll be ready. We'll go all the way and win the whole thing.
You haven't made nothing. It's a play-in game. The winner of the play-in game goes to the playoffs.
I can't wait to see what happens next week when Wes shows up and he loses. Then he won't be posting anything on my wall.
I'm telling you, stop posting that you're in the playoffs. You're not! You're in the play-in game. I don't want to hear nothing.
Look at it. Bring him on.
See,
Jeff,
but
bring
you know something, Sean? He hasn't told me I'm wrong yet, has he?
No,
he hasn't disagreed with me yet, has he? Because he knows I'm right. It's a play-in game. You haven't made nothing. Nothing. And on that note, we're going to run to a commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Eskow and Sean Man on
Sports World Radio.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
What the hell are you singing? Hey, don't you encourage Wes. You just knock it off over there. He's got enough encouragement as it is, okay? Look at Wes. You're turning freaking Sean into a Pittsburgh Pirate fan. What are you doing to me?
No way, Wes, you will ever turn me into a Pirate fan. I'm a Red Sox fan. I just put my gear away.
What are you doing to me? Stop singing that song, will you? That's the second time.
Well, look at what Wes is saying. Pirates have no money and still make it. We all had them dead a month ago. You got to give them credit for exploding. He goes, I'm happy for the playing wild card. You have to get in to win it all.
See? He knows they haven't made the playoffs yet. So why are they celebrating last night? And why are you posting crap on Facebook saying, we made the playoffs, we made the play? You didn't make the playoffs. You won the right to play a 163rd game. That's what you got.
John, tell me one thing. When will you and Wes come out of the closet about being? Oh, you are sick, man. That's disgusting.
I like that, Missy.
Nice job, Cowboy fan.
I like
and then
that. I like that. That's great, Missy.
And look at Wes. He's already saying, hey, Jeff, Bucktober is going to take over.
Bucktober ain't going to take over nothing. Because I'm telling you, the Pirates aren't going into the playoffs, and neither are the Steelers. So what are you going to be doing all winter?
He'll be focusing on the Pittsburgh Penguins.
That's exactly what he's going to be focusing on. Hey, where is my future bald-headed buddy at?
To answer your question, I have no idea where Adrian could be right now. I think it's because he already knows he's going to lose the bet, and he's going to have to start getting the razor blades and the shave cream.
Hey, Josh, Adrian's already starting to hide out, and it's only week 4 in the NFL. How about that, boys? He's hiding already. Oh, my God, Steelers, Penn, Pirates, we are family. No, we are not, because none of them are going to the playoffs. And neither is the Baltimore Ravens, my bald-headed buddy. Friend there, Mr. Adrian. Are you getting your scalp massaged so it looks good on video when you get your head shaved?
Otherwise, he knows the consequences if he doesn't agree to that bet.
How about that? Are you getting ready there, buddy? Huh? What do you got for me, Sean?
Okay, the next story we get to, in other Major League Baseball news, the Chicago Cubs, the reconstruction of Wrigley set to begin. Here we go. Thank you, Josh, for the story. The home portion of the Chicago Cubs schedule ends Wednesday evening. Then the real work begins. The Cubs will begin their long-awaited $375 million reconstruction of Wrigley Field this weekend. Cubs Vice President of Communication, Julian Green, said Tuesday. So, Jeff, what do you think of that?
They're starting to rebuild Wrigley Field?
Starting to do some reconstruction of it.
Yeah, they're going to start it in the middle of the winter? Yeah, that's fucking smart.
They're probably like saying it's 100 years old. Let's see if we can add on to it and make it very popular.
Yeah, that's smart. Let's do it. Let's do it like at the end of October, beginning of November when it starts to snow. Let's start the construction then. Yeah, bunch of morons.
Add more seats.
Yeah, well, they got to do something. They'll probably add more lights, too. Yeah, they're probably going to add more seats. They can't change the dimensions of it. But I guess they can add more seats, right? What are they going to do? Bring the walls back? Bring the walls in? What? They can't.
It's a tough choice. They have a big decision to make because you don't know what's going to end up happening, what they're going to do with it. There's a lot of work that Wrigley Field will have to do. And Josh, you live in Chicago. Have you been hearing a lot more rumors about that too, buddy?
What are they going to do? They don't say what they're going to do to it?
Let's see. The Cubs will begin. Let's see. First up is the bleacher expansion and the preparation for the expanded home clubhouse.
Okay.
On deck is everything else, as the process is expected to take at least 4 off seasons.
4 off seasons to complete the project.
The streets behind the outfield walls have been partially obstructed for weeks as the power and gas lines have been moved to ready for the bleacher expansion. Because of the construction, Waveland and Sheffield Avenues will be closed from the start of construction until opening day.
Wow. Really? From the start of construction to opening day?
Yeah.
What is that, 6 months?
It's a lot of time, and that 6 months goes fast before April gets here and you have the opening day of baseball season.
And then they got to deal with at the beginning of all that, they got to deal with the snow, so they're hoping on the back end they can get a lot of really good days. Wow.
Josh goes, they bring in a big video board and block the view of the rooftop owners across the street.
Is that what they're doing? They're bringing in a video board and they're going to block the view from the rooftops? That sucks.
I don't agree with that at all because with Wrigley Field being one of the oldest ballparks, maybe I got a better idea. They could just tear down Wrigley and buy themselves a new ballpark.
That sucks because that was, that was a big deal, rooftop viewing.
What will be different for fans in 2015 aside from the chance at seeing a moderately competitive team? A giant, how about this, Jeff? A giant 4,000 square foot video board for one.
That's what Josh was saying. 4,000? Yep. Wow.
This is a very, very good story, Josh. Thanks very much. The bullpens won't be moved under the bleachers until the 2016 season, when the expanded home clubhouse is also expected to be ready.
Oh, so they're doing some major stuff.
Wrigley Field, you bet. They are going through a lot of transitioning right now with reshaping the ballpark and fixing it.
Wow.
The rooftop owners are expletive off the rickets.
I bet they are. I bet they are pissed. I bet they are pissed. I would be too. I would be too. Because they've been watching the games from the rooftops for years. Years. And now they won't be able to? That just stinks, man.
Pretty much does.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's not right. What were you going to say?
I'm just saying that's just terrible that, like what you were saying, you were reading my mind too, Jeff, about how now all of a sudden Wrigley is becoming a different ballpark. If Wrigley Field is becoming such a problem and people are going to be upset about this, Cubs maybe could just, like I say, you could just tear down the ballpark and find a new ballpark to build. You don't know how long Wrigley Field has left when you think about it.
Well, that's why they're doing what they're doing, so it can last longer, I guess.
Yep. Another story that Josh sent to me. The Rangers want skipper in place by the end of October. The Texas Rangers have faced a very disastrous season. They will not be going to the postseason. Last time that happened was 2009, because from 2010, 11, 2012, and 2013, they were always there. But now Texas has to figure out who they could get as another manager for their team.
I don't know. They'll come up with somebody.
They probably would maybe look at a bench coach or maybe a third base coach or a first base coach, somebody that could come in there.
If they're smart, they stay inside the organization. You don't really want to ruffle too many feathers. You stay inside, I think.
Texas Rangers general manager John Daniels said he hopes to have a new full-time manager in place inside the month of October.
Yeah, so... Yeah, you got to figure that he's going to stay inside. Maybe, like you said, third base coach, maybe bench coach, maybe hitting coach, maybe pitching coach. Who knows? But you got it, or maybe somebody in their farm club. Who knows?
It'll be interesting indeed for a Rangers team dealing with the fact that they don't have Ron Washington back as manager of the team. I would have thought that if he would have stayed on, he probably would have gotten a pass, and then Ron Washington probably would have continued on as Rangers manager. He goes, quote, this is what Tim Bogar says. He goes, quote, I wouldn't put a date on it, but I would say the inside of October. Once free agency hits and the offseason really starts, I would like to have all the staffing stuff behind us. That's what John Daniels, the general manager of the Rangers, said. He goes, I want the manager to be part of our offseason plans.
Yeah, so that's why they're going to get one pretty quick. Who knows? Maybe they do go outside the organization. Maybe they go snag. Maybe they go get Tony La Russa.
Tony, let's see, Tim. That's a good choice. Tim Bogar already is the interim manager of the Texas Rangers, taking over for Ron Washington, who stepped down as manager. So the Rangers, they face a lot of big decisions.
It's going to be
a lot of big decisions about how they're going to get back to that. And I really think the loss of Josh Hamilton is what really ended the Texas Rangers' chances.
Well, no, and not only that, but they lost, whatchamacallit? What the heck's his name? Prince Albert? What the hell's his name?
Prince Fielder.
Prince Fielder? He got hurt. He was lost for the season.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a big freaking bat you lose for the season right there. I mean, when that happened, they just started going downhill after that. They were in it when he was there. Once he went down, and they lost a couple of other players. That was the name of that. There was gone. History. See ya. So who knows what the heck's going to happen in Texas? Who the freak knows? I sure as hell don't.
Hard to say. Very debatable, and it's a big question as to who could be the person that could manage that team.
I don't know. Who
Honestly,
do you think?
I don't know.
Who do you think?
Tony La Russa is a possibility that they could look at. There's some big choices.
Well, who's available?
That's going to be the big question when they're talking about inside of October.
Yeah, who's available? Nobody right now, right? So that's why I think they're going to wait to see what happens at the end of the season. And then they can start to talk to people once the season's over. You can start asking permission to talk to people. You know?
Yeah, maybe Dave Martinez from the Tampa Bay Rays could be a possibility. He's a bench coach under Joe Madden.
Yeah, he was a good player, but who knows? I don't see him as a coach. You can't bring in a first-time manager. Come on. Lou Piniella? Josh says Lou Piniella.
Lou Piniella, of course, is a possibility because he's had the experience. He used to manage the Tampa Bay Rays, and then he got let go and fired as Rays manager.
Well, he coached he managed the Cubbies. He managed the Yankees. He's been around, but he's not doing anything in baseball right now, I don't think. Hey, we're going to run to our first of the day. This update is brought to you by ShirtShopper.net. NFL season is upon us. Head on over to ShirtShopper.net and get your NFL t-shirt today. Get your favorite team's t-shirt today at ShirtShopper.net. All you got to do is put your cursor over the sports tab, drop down or come down, pick NFL, snag your favorite team, and pick out your favorite NFL team t-shirt today at ShirtShopper.net. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. Welcome, everybody, to Sports World Radio on this 24th of September, 2014, Wednesday. We're going to start in Major League Baseball, the games that went final today from the afternoon. American League, it is all over for the New York Yankees. After a year where everybody was expecting them to be good for them, they have been eliminated from postseason contention. It's the second straight year that they have been eliminated from 92 and 93. 9-5, the O's over the Yankees today. The Tigers over the White Sox 6-1, as the Tigers are very, very close to getting the American League Central wrapped up, but there was a lot of benches clearing going on in the game. The Twins over the Diamondbacks 2-1. Other games that we have right now, one in progress. The Angels lead the Athletics 5-4. It's the top half of the ninth inning. Royals at the Indians, Wednesday Night Baseball on ESPN. Mariners taking on the Blue Jays, and here's the situation. The A's and the Royals win, and a Mariner loss means the Mariners will be officially eliminated from playoff contention. So Seattle knows that tonight it is a must-win game to keep their slim playoff hopes alive. The Rays at the Red Sox, and the Astros taking on the Rangers. A game that has been postponed due to rain, that's the Mets and Nationals. They will get that one rescheduled. No word yet on a makeup date. Possibly maybe tomorrow or sometime around the weekend. The Pirates taking on the Braves. Right now the Pirates are tied with the Giants for that number one wild card. And, of course, they'll be playing that play-in game between the Pirates and Giants be the 30th of September, Tuesday. Brewers at the Reds, Phillies at the Marlins, Cardinals at the Cubs, Rockies at the Padres, and Wednesday Night Baseball on ESPN. It'll be the Giants taking on the Dodgers. It'll be Tim Hudson going for the San Francisco Giants, going up against one of the best pitchers this year. That'd be Clayton Kershaw, who is 20-3. He has a 1.80 ERA. Other news to report in the NHL, the preseason games continuing as 2 weeks from today, the NHL season starts. It'll be the Capitals taking on the Bruins, Hurricanes at the Islanders, Coyotes at the Flames, Maple Leafs at Senators, Senators at Maple Leafs. They're kind of like alternating with players. Stars at the Panthers, and the Oilers taking on the Jets. that is the first update for Sports World Radio. Update is brought to you by shirtshopper.net. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2-hour of sports talk on the internet. I guarantee it, and I also guarantee you've never heard a sports show like this before. Guarantee you that too. All right, Sean, what do you got for us now?
All right, the next story that we get to, and that is we go to the NFL. The Green Bay Packer fans blame Olivia Munn for Aaron Rodgers' poor play.
They're blaming his girlfriend?
Yeah.
For his poor play?
Yep.
What a bunch of jamokes.
Like Josh has always pointed out, and I will say it too, what has been the Packers' problem? The Packers' problem is they do not have a good offensive line.
That's the problem. It's not his fault that they don't have a good offensive line. If they don't give him time to freaking get back there to pass the ball, how the hell is he going to be able to do that? And you're blaming it on him. Come on. He was on a show the other day, and he says, I got a 5-letter word for you. R-E-L-A-X. Relax. We'll be okay.
Max is right. It's early in the season for the Packers, and they need to play better. They embarrassed themselves when they went up against the Lions, and they've got serious problems.
I don't know if they got serious problems. They got the Chicago Bears coming at them. You know? That might be a serious problem. The Chicago Bears. I can't wait for tomorrow night's game. I'm just itching for tomorrow night's game. And don't forget, tomorrow night in the second hour of the show, we're going to have Frank Sprankle joining us. And we're going to give our picks for tomorrow night's game. I mean, everybody knows who I'm picking, so it's like, no, it's not going to be a shock. I'm kind of looking forward to hear what Frank has to say. And you want to know something? And you want to know something really quick while we're talking about, while I have this stuck in my head right now? The San Diego Chargers play the Jacksonville Jaguars at home in San Diego, right?
Right.
That game's going to be blacked out. Because if you think that's going to be a sellout in San Diego, you're crazy. So I won't get to see that game. How bad is that going to suck? I don't know. I don't know that to be a fact right now. I haven't heard yet. I'm sure I'll know by tomorrow, hopefully. But how bad is that going to suck if that game's sold out? Not sold out. Because if it's not sold out, it'll be blacked out.
Very, very true. And
I think that's going to be the only. I think that's going to be the only game this year. The only game this year that the San Diego Chargers will have that'll be blacked out. The only game that'll be blacked out for the Chargers here. Who the hell? What San Diego fan is going to want to go see the Jacksonville game?
not very many.
So I'm having a feeling that this game's going to be blacked out, which is okay because it's Jacksonville, but still, I only get 2 games on Sunday. The San Diego game and another game, and that's it. It's not like I got freaking a game in the morning and 2 games in the morning and 2 games in the afternoon. No, I don't have a morning game this week. I have 2 afternoon games. San Diego ain't going to be one of them if it's blacked out, which is going to stink. But what are you going to do? Dolphins and Raiders in London on Sunday night. That's where that game is, in London?
That's right.
There's 2 London games this year?
Yep. That's all Roger Goodell's dealing with that. He put that in place to have.
Isn't the second game Dallas and Jacksonville?
I think so.
Sean, let me call you back. Terrible connection. Hey, Josh, do me a favor really quick. Find out if the second game is the Dallas-Jacksonville game. I'm pretty sure it is, too. But it's the second game. There's 4? There's 4 games in London this year? No. No.
4 games in London this year.
No. Is there?
Yep.
Really? That's pretty stupid.
Pretty crazy.
And I want, and you know something, Josh, do me a favor. The 4 games that are in London, the 8 teams that are playing, do me a favor and find out if next week, when a team plays in London, when the 2 teams play in London, find out if they have their bye week the following week for me. Because if they don't have a bye week the following week, that's stupid. You understand what I'm trying to say, Sean?
It's stupid and it's crazy and it's nuts. Think about the teams that have to travel all the way over there to play and then have to come back all the way home, especially if they have to play Sunday and then come back and then they got to play a Thursday. That's why I don't like Thursday night games. That's why I Sunday and Mondays.
How screwed up is that? But I'm thinking that if the teams don't have their bye week the week after they play in London, that's even worse. Because you're right. What happens if one of those teams got to play on a Thursday? Or even so, you got to play the following Sunday. By the time you get back, those players are going to be jet lagged for 2 days. And you want them to play on freaking Thursday or a Sunday? What are you, crazy, NFL?
NFL is really, really nuts.
That's not right, man. And that's not smart. And you want to know something, Roger Goodell? You're all about protecting your players? Well, guess what?
It's not working.
That's not protecting your players.
It's not working, and it's not protecting the players, and it's and for him to do that, he is just one of the worst commissioners. I think that he's one of the worst. I put him up there. I make him. It's kind of a tie between Roger Goodell and Gary Bettman.
Well, Roger Goodell is going through a lot of heat right now, so to speak. A lot of things are happening on his watch that's making Gary Bettman look like an angel, because it's not going on in his league.
That's true.
Okay? So he's got a lot of other stuff to deal with, and he's got a lot on his plate. But that London thing's got to stop, because you're not taking the players into consideration when you're doing it. All you're thinking about is the money. That's all you're thinking about is the money.
The money.
You're not thinking about what the players have to go through. They got to fly all the way over there. They'll be jet lagged when they get there. Then they got to fly, do a game, and then fly, come back, and they'll be jet lagged for a couple days. And then you expect them to play on a Sunday? What are you, freaking nuts? And then you want to put a team in London? What are you, freaking crazy? It's the most absurd thing I've ever heard in my life. If you're really thinking about the player safety, you wouldn't even think about going to London or playing in London. And if they don't have a bye after their games from London, I'd be suing the NFL if I was a player over that, because that is not right. That's not healthy for a football player, for an NFL football player. And I don't care what you say. And I don't care if you agree with me or disagree on me. That's not healthy for an NFL player. I don't care what anybody says. Hey, we're going to run to our top of the hour break. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Showman on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio. Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Showman, doing our thing every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. 6 o'clock on the east, 3 o'clock on the west. And if you live in the central,
figure it out for yourself.
Oh, you got that one out pretty quick, and there's nobody here to fight against you today. We're all alone. You don't have to get it out so fast. There's no Frank yelling 5 p.m. You know, you don't have that today. We got nobody today, me and you, my friend. And if they can't handle that, they got problems.
Big problems.
Yes, indeedy. All right, what do you got for me next, Shawnee?
All right, next one that we have for the next story, we talked about this too. The Players Union hires an investigator. The NFL Players Union has hired former federal prosecutor Richard Craig Smith to oversee its investigation into the Ray Rice domestic violence case.
Yeah, I
as
saw
the
that.
investigation continues.
I saw that. You notice how those headlines are starting to fade away now and everything else,
Kind of
right?
glad that they are,
Yeah, me
because
too.
there's, you got the baseball playoffs, the NFL season. People are the public's trying to figure out a way to kind of like drop the whole thing, Jeff, and just try to move on and get beyond this and realize that. And I know I have. It's just like, I try to shut the TV off, because every time they talk about it, the media, like you and I have always pointed out in the 6 years we've done it, likes to blow things out of proportion all the time.
Yes, they do. Hey, Josh, those 3 games that are in London, the Raiders, Dolphins, Lions, Falcons, and Cowboys, Jags, the Raiders and Dolphins game, do the Raiders and Dolphins have the next week as a bye after their game in London? And the same thing with the Lions and Falcons and the Cowboys and Jags. That's what I really want to know. That's what I really want to know. You know?
That's a good point. And that's what I think a lot of people would like to know, is figuring out what the situation will be for London. I would still say that it was 3 games in London.
That's 3 games too many as far as I'm concerned.
Maybe whoever the next commissioner is, since everybody would like to have Goodell out of there, could just get rid of the London rule, period. Because that's just too much traveling time. And speaking of which, since we're talking about that, talked about how people are trying to get away from the Ray Rice domestic violence, which we're kind of like saying next. Ryan Tannehill says he'll start Sunday for the Dolphins as they play the game in London. Think about the players who are injured and they're coming back to go all the way to play all the way across the Atlantic Ocean to go play in the continent of Europe. That's a lot.
They tried NFL Europe. It didn't work. Why do you freaking people keep going back?
I'm sure Roger Goodell probably thinks, because we like to make sure that we can have the popularity be big up there in the continent of Europe, and how now all the talk is there should be an NFL team in the continent of Europe.
It's the Raiders and Dolphins this week in London, right?
Right.
That's going to be a joke. You want to know something? That's the game I'm going to get. Instead of the Charger game, because the Charger game is going to be blacked out. That's the game I'm going to get, the Oakland game. I know it. I freaking know it. I know it. Well, actually,
Yeah.
the Charger game starts at 4:05 Eastern, and the Miami Raider game starts at 1:05 at 1 o'clock. So maybe not. I'm looking right at it. Maybe not. I hope to me, it doesn't matter whether I get the Charger game or not this week, because it is Jacksonville. I really could care less, to tell you the truth, because Chargers should freaking just kill them.
They should indeed. When you think about how bad the Raiders have been playing.
Right. Yeah, if I don't get that game, I'll probably get the San Francisco game, because it's the only other California game on. I'll get the Philadelphia-San Francisco game if I don't get the Charger game. That's what I'll get. I wouldn't mind watching that, because I want to see San Francisco beat Philadelphia. So I wouldn't mind watching that.
I wouldn't mind watching it either, because then you have a chance to see something better than seeing a game that probably is of little importance, since the Raiders aren't so good.
Josh says that all teams will have breaks after their London games.
That's right.
So, Roger Goodell did something right there, at least.
At least he was smart about it.
Yeah, it gave all the teams who are playing London the next week off as their bye week. Give them enough time to recuperate from the trip to London and get ready for the following week. Smart. That's the only good thing he's done. But he can't do that if there's a team in London. You can't do that every week. And the only way you're going to be able to get that done is the London team will have to play 8 straight games at home and 8 straight games on the road. That has to be done like that. You can't have that London team going back and forth to the United States to London. You can't have that. They got to play either 8 straight home games or 8 straight because you can give them a bye in the middle of the season that way. You know? Otherwise, they play at home and then they go play in the United States the following week, and then they go back to London to play. When are you going to give them a bye? Jet lag got the butt, those people. Are you kidding me?
That's why I've never agreed with this decision to do this, because so much flying, so much traveling to go play one NFL game for two teams that enjoy playing in America.
Well, hey, Josh, Sean's going to like the Monday night game with Patriots and Kansas City
Patriots
playing.
and the Chiefs. That'll be a big one we'll be going over this weekend, and, of course, preview it for Monday's show.
Yeah, you're the only one who really cares about that game.
Of course I do.
Yeah, because I probably won't watch it because I really don't care. Well, the Royals just took the field. I guess I got the Royals-Indian game on. Oh, Cleveland just took the field. They're in Cleveland.
That's right.
I guess I guess I'm watching the Royals and the Cleveland game. I guess
that
that's
game is
on
on
TV.
ESPN. Big game tonight. Major League Baseball, as you know, here's another big story that happened. Benches emptied in the first inning of the LA Dodgers 4-2 win over the San Francisco Giants on Tuesday night after Madison Bumgarner hit Yasiel Puig with a pitch on the left ankle. And I actually saw that to start the game. And you all know that there's a lot of history between the Dodgers and the Giants, Jeff. You know that there's been a lot of brawls and fights and pennant chases between the two teams. Got another big game tonight on ESPN between the Giants and the Dodgers. And what do you think of this series? I would have to say it's pretty much done with. I'd say the Dodgers still have the NL West wrapped up.
They do. They do. You know?
Yeah, and
do.
Last night it got heated. It was very, very close to being a fight between both teams.
Yeah, no, I listen, there's a lot of testosterone down there, man. Come on. You know?
It's physical and it's tough whenever the Giants play the Dodgers or the Giants play or whenever the Dodgers play the Giants. You think about the fan incident a few years ago on opening day when a fan got beaten, a Giants fan, by a couple Dodger fans. That's just how ugly it gets whenever the Giants and the Dodgers play each other. So, a big series tonight, big game. Of course, the Giants know both teams will be in, likely are in, and you know that the play-in game next Tuesday is going to be between the Giants and the Pirates. And I got to mention this just a little bit. With Barry Bonds being long retired from the game, he'll will decide to go with the Giants, even though his career started as a Pittsburgh Pirate. So I know he'll be thinking a lot about that game on Tuesday.
Yes. When is that play-in game?
The play-in game starts September 30th.
September 30th, which is a week from yesterday, right? Both
right.
play-in games or just one of them?
I will have to check, Jeff, and get back with you about that for both of. I think it might be 2 games. I have to take a look for that extra. I think it's 2 games for the extra wild card, but I have to.
Yeah, there's an NL wild card game and there's an AL wild card game. So we know there's 2 of them. Are both of them going to be played on the 30th, or is one going to be played on the 30th and one going to be played on the 1st?
I think both of those games. I think one will be played. One for the NL and one for the AL on the 30th. Josh, if you could take a look for that, please, I'd appreciate it because I don't know yet. I do know that the Giants will be playing the Pirates on Tuesday. And Wes, you better hope and pray that your Pirates win, or you know that Jeff's going to come right after.
He ain't going to win. And that game's going to be in Pittsburgh too, I bet you. I'm thinking that game's going to be in Pittsburgh.
Just like last year when the Pirates played against the Reds, they hosted them in Pittsburgh, and there was a lot of playoff atmosphere in Pittsburgh, and a big thing for those fans because Pirate fans know that they had not been to the playoffs since 1992 when the Pirates lost in 7 games to the Braves.
Right. And then last year we had to listen to West too because they actually won the play-in game, right? And then lost the series.
Right, Jeff, because I remember the Rays they played a play-in game. They played against the Rangers last year. Actually, they played the Rangers, and then they knocked them out, and then they knocked the Indians out before they lost in 4 games to the Red Sox. So I do know that. I think it's so. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's 1 NL and 1 AL. I have to check though. I'm not precise.
Yeah,
on
I'm
that.
pretty sure. Well, yeah, it is because there's 2 playing games, one for the American League wild card and one for the National League wild card. And if I remember correctly, because they play both of them in one day.
Yep.
And then there's a game the next day, and then the winner of that wild card plays on Thursday. If I remember correctly. Is that how it's going to go this year?
I believe so. I have to check though. I'm not precise though. Just before, but we'll know more by next week though, because the MLB season ends on Sunday, September 28th.
September 28th, the MLB season ends, huh? Which is in 4 days, right?
Yep.
Then everybody gets a day off, travel day for the wild card teams to get to where they got to go, and then they'll play on Tuesday. Boom, boom, boom. 2 games Tuesday, probably a day off on Wednesday, and the playoffs will start on Thursday.
Pretty much on Thursday, then it gets to be big on the weekends.
Yeah.
And then I think it's like the team that's got the number 1 seed before we go to commercial break can decide what they want to do. If they want to have maybe a few days off and play maybe Thursday or Friday night, and I do know, I think that's what the team that has the best record, that they can get the extra time off.
Pirates end the season with the Reds. The Giants end the season with the Padres.
That's right.
I like to see the Reds beat the freaking Pirates the final 3 games of the year, just to put them on a nice losing streak.
That's right. And on that note, we gotta go to commercial.
Actually, what I really would like to see what happens is the Pirates lose the last game of the year, limping into the playing game. That's what I really want to see. You hear that, Wes? That's what I really want to see. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
We'll be right back.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow new way to workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the internet. I guarantee it that you've never heard a sports show like this, because we do it every Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. on the West, 6 p.m. on the East. If you live in the Central,
Figure it out for yourself.
damn Skippy. What do you got for me there, buddy?
All right, the next story, NFL. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo will not practice for the second straight Wednesday as he and the team continue to look for ways to keep him fresher for the games.
Yeah,
Romo is
fresher.
coming off his best game of the season last Sunday against the Rams, in which he completed 18 of 23 passes for 217 yards.
Big deal. Tony Romo taking a break. You're going down, Junior. You know what? You better not be practicing, because you know what's going to happen to you? You're going to get hurt soon.
Jerry Jones would beg to differ with you on that. He goes, well, if he gets hurt, we'll still have another backup quarterback that'll lead the Cowboys to victory.
That's okay. They're losing Sunday anyway against freaking the Saints. Don't matter. You know that, don't you?
I do know that. And then, of course, for him, he would also say, hey, Escow, how can you say they're going to lose to the Saints? Did you see that performance? Did you see that comeback when they came back from 21-0? That's what he would say to you.
Against the St. Louis Rams! Come on, it's the St. Louis Rams. They get down 21-0 against the Saints. That ain't happening again. Against the freaking Rams.
And Jerry Jones is all happy about it. He's jumping up and down. He's happy. The Cowboys are 2-1.
Well, they're going to be 500 going after the end of this weekend. After Sunday night's game, they're going to be 2-2.
Sunday Night Football on NBC, and that's going to be New Orleans taking on Dallas. And I know who Jeff Escow will be picking in that one.
I'm picking New Orleans. I'm telling you right. I've already made my picks. I'm picking New Orleans, man. Drew Brees is going to have an awesome game. You know why? Because Dallas defense stinks. What's that I smell?
Defense, but then, well, Jones would say, well, how does it stink when the Cowboys did a good job of just hanging in there, and then they came back from 21 points down?
It was
He goes,
against
"I'm very
St.
happy."
Louis. Try it. I'll tell you what, Jerry Jones, here you go. Go into the game being 21 points down against the Saints and see if you can do the same thing against them you did to freaking St. Louis.
And then you're like, then come back and talk with me.
Exactly. Unbelievable. It was St. Louis. Your defense is terrible. Okay? And Drew Brees is going to pick it apart. As long as they give him time, he's going to pick it apart. And I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. And I hope that the freaking New Orleans Saints defense gets to Tony Romo and somebody hits him in his back really hard and hurts him and knocks him out of the game. Because then Jerry Jones will just shut up.
Well, then Jerry Jones will be quiet in his box seat when he'll be sitting up there in his box seat.
He'll
Be like, oh, shucks.
He'll put his hands in his head and cover his face, and you'll all know what he's saying. Oh, my God, not again. Yes, again. You freaking hump. Can't stand him, man. I really can't.
Yeah, you're just so sick and tired of him because he thinks he knows everything.
Yeah, he's got an aging quarterback, and he calls him the quarterback of the future. And his backup quarterback is almost as old as his freaking starting quarterback. How bad is that? Way to run your franchise into the ground, Jerry Jones. Where is my little bald-headed buddy, Adrian? Yeah, I bet you he made his dad go to the store today to buy him some razors and some shaving cream.
Yeah, because he knows he's going to lose the bet, and then he knows perfectly well that when he shows up, he's got to put it on video. And when we were on commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff was talking with a very good friend, and that's Sky High, and Jeff was telling Sky all about the bet, and Sky was flipping out laughing last night, Jeff, is that right?
Yeah, my buddy Sky, I was hanging out with Sky last night on Skype, and I was telling him about Adrian and about the bet, and I saved the best part of it for last, that he's a 16-year-old kid and he's going to go to school with a bald head. Sky fell on the floor out of his chair laughing so hard. Telling you, man.
I would have enjoyed being there for that.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, Tampa Bay's beating your Red Sox 2-0.
Hey, I'm just glad the baseball season is
Over? Yeah, it is over for you.
Yeah, and you're happy about it. No Red Sox, no Yankees.
I'm very happy about
You've probably been celebrating all day when the news broke.
Nope, I'm very happy about it. The news broke when a Facebook message popped out and said, you got your wish. The Red Sox and Yankees aren't going to be in the playoffs. That's when the celebration began. You did. That's when the celebration began.
Yeah, so that's what's going on lately. So, yeah, the Ray Rice situation in the NFL, playoffs for baseball. There's a lot going on in the sports world. Now, back here's another big story. Teddy time. The Vikings put Matt Castle on injured reserve.
Yep.
Matt Castle's season is over.
Yeah,
Teddy
I know.
Bridgewater has just begun.
Yeah, I know. How about that?
The Vikings are going through a mess right now, having to deal with what has been a disastrous start of the season with Adrian Peterson and the situation with something we don't really get into, child abuse, and now all of a sudden they have lost their starting quarterback in Matt Castle. That's a big loss for them, Jeff, and that's why I'm saying the Vikings were not going to be good because their quarterback was a problem and their defense.
Hey, Sean.
What?
No big deal losing Matt Castle. He's really not that good of a quarterback. Come on. Come on.
And it's just going to get worse for them because now they got Teddy Bridgewater.
So now Teddy Bridgewater starts his career. He gets his season out of the way and under his belt, and he's ready to take over the team next year, and then they can move forward. You can kiss Matt Castle's career with the Minnesota Vikings goodbye.
And you can kiss the Minnesota Vikings 2014 season goodbye.
Yes. But they're going to have a rookie quarterback, and he's going to get experience being an NFL quarterback, which is going to help him in the future years. But now going into next year, knowing that he's going to be their starting quarterback, now they can start getting the pieces to the puzzle. Because Matt Castle is done in Minnesota.
Exactly.
And I would not be shocked if Matt Castle is done as a starting quarterback in the NFL.
And he retires and he's done with football.
I don't know if he retires. Maybe he's a backup, but he's done as a starter in the NFL. His best years was when he was the backup for Tom Brady and he had to take over. He did crap in Kansas City, and he's done crap in Minnesota. He's not a starting quarterback, and he showed it.
The Vikings have had quarterback problems since they haven't had really a good quarterback since Brett Favre even signed with them. And then they went with Christian Ponder, and now they go with Matt Castle. The Vikings have got some serious problems.
No, well, now they
really
got Teddy Bridgewater, and that's their quarterback of the future as they see it. Otherwise, they would have never drafted him. Now their future begins now because Castle's down. That's just the way it's going to be in Minnesota. It's going to be a hard this year and a hard next year until Bridgewater learns the NFL. That's just reality, man.
And it's what you have to expect.
You know? That's just the way it is, kids. Understand it and learn it and live it.
Well said.
What do you got for me next, buddy?
All right, another one that we have is Carson Palmer says, my shoulder is much, much better for the undefeated Arizona Cardinals. I almost said St. Louis. The unbeaten Arizona Cardinals have won 2 straight games without Carson Palmer at the wheel, but the team's starting quarterback says a mysterious nerve issue in his throwing shoulder.
Throwing shoulder? Throwing soldier? Is that what you said? His throwing soldier?
I can't talk today. Throwing shoulder is on the mend.
You almost said it again, didn't you?
I was about ready to, and I was trying to fix that. Cardinals, it doesn't bother them because I have to say, Jeff, that look where the Cardinals are at without Carson Palmer. They were able to win with their backup quarterback in Week 2 against the Giants.
And what's his name?
They beat the Giants, and then they beat the 49ers.
What's his name? The backup quarterback. What's his name?
I am looking that one up, whoever it was.
Exactly. Nobody knows. And you know what? They got to freaking leave him in there.
Drew Stanton is the backup quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals.
They got to leave Drew Stanton in there. They got to leave Drew Stanton in there. He's won 2 games, correct?
Yep.
He's got the momentum. You got to leave him in there. You got to leave him in there. Cleveland just hit a freaking 2-run homer. It's 3-0, bottom of the first. It was a 3-run homer, actually. How about that?
Wow.
Wow. Is that all you got to say is wow?
Oh, wow. Yeah. So, let's see. So, anyway, that's what's the Cardinals should be fine, Jeff. So, you're talking about a couple stories about quarterbacks who are one having a terrible time with that, because I don't think that Teddy is going to be the answer for the Vikings. We'll see. He's a rookie quarterback. You never know with rookies.
Well, not
Sometimes
this
you
year,
think that they're going
Sean.
to do well, then they can become bust.
Not this year, Sean. Not next year, but maybe the year after. But he's got to start sometime, and with Castle going down, throw him right into the Wolves, man. Throw him right in it. They have no choice. They have to. Hey, let's run to our final update of the day. This update is brought to you by KeuregCoffeeMachines.com. You need coffee? You need tea? You looking for a coffee machine? Head on over to KeuregCoffeeMachines.com. Brewing perfection, 1 cup at a time. That's KeuregCoffeeMachines.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the final update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. Welcome, everybody, to the second and final update for Sports World Radio. Here's what we got going on right now as we speak. Tomorrow in the NFL, we'll be going over this game. We start week 4 of the NFL on CBS and NFL Network. It'll be the New York Football Giants taking on the Washington Redskins. Game time for that one starts at 8:25 p.m. Eastern Time, which starts at 5:25 p.m. Pacific Time. In the NHL, there's other games that we get to. Here's what we got. The Bruins are hosting the Capitals in preseason, 7 minutes and 19 seconds. There is no score in that one. The Hurricanes lead 1-0 over the Islanders, 7 minutes and 24 seconds in the first period. Coyotes lead the Flames 1-0. That game is on the NHL Network, 11 minutes and 4 seconds in the first period. Maple Leafs at Senators, and yes, Senators at Maple Leafs, kind of alternating games with players. This is just preseason because the season does not officially begin until 2 weeks from today. The Stars at the Panthers, and the Oilers taking on the Jets. In the NBA, of course, we're just a few weeks away from the start of the NBA preseason, which begins on October 6th, as NBA players, of course, are already working out. We still have a season that's still continuing, by the way, because we are 4 days away from the end of Major League Baseball season. In the National League, here's the big news. The Pirates and the Braves, that's scoreless after 1 inning of play. The Pirates, of course, battling it out with the Giants for the number 1 wild card. The play-in game for them, for the Pirates, would start next Tuesday against the Giants, the 30th of September. Brewers taking on the Reds. That's the top half of the second inning. Bottom of the second down there in Miami, South Beach. It's the Phillies taking on the Marlins. No score in that one. Cardinals at the Cubs. Rockies at the Padres. And the game on ESPN following the game between the Royals and the Indians, it is the Giants taking on the Dodgers. 1 game postponed, the Mets and the Nationals. The game has been postponed due to rain, and of course will be made up as a split doubleheader tomorrow, September 25th. In the American League, here's what we got going on right now. The Mariners taking on the Blue Jays. It is the top half of the third inning, a must-win game for the Mariners in order to keep their slim playoff hopes alive. They need a lot of things to happen. They need Kansas City, or they need Oakland to just collapse and end up losing for them to sneak right in there for a chance at the wild card. The game on ESPN, Wednesday Night Baseball, the Indians have struck for 3 on a home run by Gomes. They lead 3-0 against a team that has the number 1 wild card by a half game over the Oakland A's. They're up 3-0, so the Royals are in good shape to get the playoff spot taken care of. Rays and Red Sox, it's 2-0 Rays in that one. 1 game tonight, little importance. It'll be the Astros taking on the Rangers. The Orioles have officially eliminated the Yankees. The last time the Yankees were eliminated, back-to-back seasons, was 1992, 1993. White Sox at the Tigers. In this one, the Tigers prevail 6-1. The Twins edge the Diamondbacks 2-1. And the other game, the Angels continue to hurt the Oakland Athletics again, 5-4. That's your update for Sports World Radio. The update was brought to you by Keurig.CoffeeMachines.com. Back after the commercial break.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta. Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the internet. I guarantee it every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And if you live in the Central,
Figure it out for yourself. If you can't figure out what time it is on the Central, boy, oh boy, I need to help you or somebody does.
I'm not helping them.
All right, here's the next story. 2 parlay wagers potentially worth $57,000 each were in play during the Monday night football game between the Bears and the Jets. One needed the Bears, the other the Jets, and this time Rex won. A sports bettor from Kingman's, Arizona, who asked to be identified only as Rex, won $57,935 off a $5 bet when the Bears beat Coach Rex Ryan and the Jets 27-19 on Monday night. Well, when it comes to cash with bets, what do you expect?
Rex Ryan won a bet against his team, huh?
Another Rex.
Well,
That's what,
are you assuming it was another Rex?
I'm assuming it has to be another Rex.
Well, I'm assuming it's Rex, the one that we know, Rex Ryan. That's what I'm assuming.
Rex was one of 2 bettors out of 3,986 entries this week, and the William Hill Pro Progressive Football Parlay card to correctly pick the straight-up winner, no point spreads of all 14 Sunday games.
Wow.
The other card was entered at the Silverado Casino in Fernley, Nevada, and was relying on the New York Jets.
Wow. Picked all the games correct?
Right.
That's what I'm going to do this week, Adrian. You hear me? I know you're not here, but you hear me? That's what I'm going to do this week. I'm picking all 13 games correct, and I'm coming after you, you little punk.
And then it's going to be like, he's going to say better late than never, and who got all the games right? I did. Jeff Escow did, because
right.
Now, Adrian, start preparing yourself to...
I'm coming. Get your head shaved, buddy. That's going to be the best Christmas present this year I'm ever going to get. I haven't gotten a Christmas present in years, and that one's going to be the best one I've gotten in a long time.
Alone. That's why Adrian is alone, and that's why he's not showing up to the show, because he already knows he's going to lose the bet.
Yeah, I think he's already hiding out, man. He's already getting ready for the exclusion that he's going to have. That's pretty funny, man. I'm telling you, that little boy's going down.
And then the friends will be asking, "Hey, Adrian, what happened to you? Why you don't have any hair?"
Because I lost a bet to Jeff over at SportsWorldRadio. He's smarter than I am. He knows better in sports than I do. That's right, I do there, Junior. Get used to it. That's why I do this show, and you're a fan, and I'm the host. Right, Sean?
That's right.
What do you got for me, buddy?
All right, another one that we have. We talked about the Bears. Another one with the Bears. The Bears. Chris Tillman undergoes tricep surgery. The Bears cornerback Chris Tillman underwent surgery to repair the torn right tricep muscle that landed the two-time Pro Bowl selection on injured reserve September 15.
Bye-bye. He's done. Right?
Yep.
He's finito. Correct?
Correct.
That kind of stinks, huh?
It does.
Wow, that kind of stinks really bad. What to do, huh? Huh?
Yep.
What to do? I'm looking at this headline right here in front of me, and I can't stop looking at it. It says, Phil Jackson returns to talk about Carmelo Anthony's place in his offense. I'm going to have to go read that article. You know that now, don't you? What else you got for me, pal?
Another one that we have here that so the injuries continue to pile up.
They're going to be piling
NFL.
up, man. They're going to be piling up probably for the next game or two, and then they'll start to then you'll start to see everything settle in. It happens every year, though, doesn't it?
It always does, and that's football. You got to realize that injuries do happen, and you're going to be expecting it.
Yeah, it happens every year. Roger Goodell Jr. Mr. Clean. That's what Josh says. Okay, what do you got, pal?
Derrick Rose donates $1 million to program. Chicago Bulls point guard Derrick Rose is donating $1 million to After School Matters.
I saw that. Good for him. Good for him. I like when players do that. You know? I like that a lot. I like when players get involved in the community and stuff like that. They should. After all, the fans pay your salary.
Good for him, indeed, especially for the guy since he has lots and lots of money. But the question is, will he be able to stay healthy?
And he's got a lot of...
As I pointed up in the last update, Jeff, NBA is coming up. The preseason starts October 6th, and I know you'll be watching the Knicks a lot.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of mending to do with the fans, too, Derrick Rose. So that's a smart move. You know? He's got a lot of mending to do with those fans. He's been out for pretty much 2 years, right?
Yep.
So he's got a lot
He needs to be healthy.
He's got a lot of mending to do with the fans, too, I think. Lots of mending. He's been out for 2 years, and he was supposed to be the next, pretty much the next savior, and it's not working out like that. He's got a lot of mending to do with the fans of Chicago. That's how I see it.
And he has to stay healthy. And the Bulls, in my opinion, are the team that's going to represent the Eastern Conference.
Me too. 100%. That's what I think as well. I don't think Cleveland's
going to. For all
the
people that say that the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be the team that's going to come out there and are going to be so good, I don't think so.
Scratch my behind. I said it nicely. I said as nice as I possibly can. Scratch my behind. If the Big Three couldn't do it in the first year of freaking Miami, what makes you think that LeBron's going to be able to do it with the clan he's got in Cleveland? Freaking morons. I don't get that. I don't get that. I just don't understand it. Makes no sense. None whatsoever. Right, Sean?
I don't get it either. And all that talk is going to hurt them.
Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%. And you got a head coach who's never coached a freaking second in the NBA. And you have no idea what his offensive scheme or his defensive schemes are going to be. So how can you say that? I thought you people were supposed to be the professionals, the pros, the people who know it all. Well, obviously you don't if you're talking like that. Morons. Pisses me off when people say stupid stuff like that.
And that's how the media blew it. They all thought, oh, LeBron is going to come back to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we're going to be so good. We got our team back, and we got all these great players since LeBron's coming back. And LeBron's committed to winning an NBA championship here in Cleveland.
Not going to happen not going to happen next year or this year. I don't care what you say. And Josh is absolutely right. The Cavs stand no chance against any teams in the West. None. Even if by some chance they get through and make it to the NBA Finals, they got no chance of beating a West team. None. Especially if it's the San Antonio Spurs. Unstinking believable. I don't get it. We're going to run to our final break of the day. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us. And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back, Sports World Radio, and the final segment of the day. We really appreciate you hanging out here with us all day long and listening to Sean and I here at Sports World Radio. Remember, we do this each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And if you live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
And it's every day for a 2-hour sports journey. So come on and listen to us. I can guarantee you've never heard a sports show like this before. All right, Sean, what do you got for me, pal?
All right, Jeff, the final story that we get, this is one of the things that I came up with. Incorrect about the NBA preseason starting on October 6th. Actually, the first game, and I know you'll be watching a lot of preseason, Jeff, starts Saturday, October 4th. The Miami Heat will be taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. And I know that'll be when we're doing our NFL Real Talk show, but I know you're excited because basketball is right back, and I know you've been waiting all year for this.
You know, sometimes when we're going to be doing our NFL show this year, I'll be watching basketball games while we're doing the NFL show. How about that? That's great. I love that. Do you hear what Josh said in the chat room? Dennis Pitta, the star tight end from Baltimore, is out for the year. Poor Adrian. Poor Adrian. Yeah, I'm going to be watching a lot of basketball. You know me. Anytime there's basketball on the TV, it's usually on mine. You know? Hey, did you watch any of the WNBA finals?
No, I did not.
I did. Did you watch any of the FIBA basketball stuff?
Nope.
I did. What I could when I was up. Heck yeah, man. You know me, I'm a basketball junkie. If I could, I'd go to high school games in my area just to watch them. You know? But I can't, so I don't, so I won't. I sit here and I talk to you folks instead. How about that?
NBA, though, I'm excited, though, Jeff. It's going to be a great basketball season. I know, as we're getting ready to end this show, we're all going to be talking about Chicago and Cleveland. I know that that's what we'll be talking about a lot when the NBA season begins.
You might be, and you're a Boston Celtic fan.
Win or lose, got to stick with the Celtics, you know, and I got my Celtic gear out already, just like I got my Bruins gear out.
I know for a fact during basketball season, Josh and Frank are going to want to talk about the Bulls. I'm going to want to talk about the Knicks. You're going to want to talk about the Celtics. So we're going to have a lot of NBA stuff going on when the NBA season comes around.
A lot of stuff going on. And don't forget, too, Jeff, I really like every time what we did is who we will pick from the East and from the West, kind of like NBA elimination. Remember, everybody got to do that because every Friday night, I remember we used to do that all the time.
We'll be doing our NBA elimination game like we do every year, Sean. We pick 2 teams or 3 teams to knock them out for the season, and we end up with our final NBA team. And I do believe I was correct. I had my last team was San Antonio, right?
You were correct. You picked San Antonio to represent the West and go to the finals and win it, and they did just that. They beat Miami. So I can't wait for basketball to start.
Who'd you pick?
We can start doing that on Friday nights before NBA games on ESPN.
Who'd you pick?
I do believe I was correct. I went with San Antonio.
No.
Just like you.
No.
Nope. I'm teasing. I went with Oklahoma City.
That's right. Don't try and You know
teasing
me.
you. I was pulling your leg.
You can't fool me there, youngster.
But I think it's going to be, if you look at the way the NBA shapes up for this year, it's going to be better. It's going to be exciting, and everybody's going to be watching. Everybody's going to be watching Cleveland and Chicago. I think everybody will have their eyes on that throughout.
Well, I'm going to pay. Well, yeah, I'm going to pay attention to Cleveland and Chicago, and of course the Knicks, and see what Miami's doing without LeBron. And of course, I'm going to pay attention to San Antonio, and I'm going to pay attention to LA because I live out on the West. You know, I'm going to watch a lot of. There'll be a lot of basketball games going on in my house because I want to see. You know, we only get so many games out here in San Diego. They don't show a lot. So whatever's on my TV, whatever's on TV, I will be watching. I mean, thank God
you're a basketball fan. And don't forget, college basketball will be coming up too around late October, November.
Yeah, thank God for TNT, man. And you know, I get to watch those games in ESPN. And I'm going to try and watch a bunch of Knick games on my computer this year because I really want to stay in tune and see how they're doing. So I'm going to pay attention. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm a huge basketball buff. You know that, Sean. Freaking huge.
How do you expect, Jeff, the Knicks to do this year? What do you expect out of them?
I'd like to see them make the playoffs, whether it be a 7 seed or an 8 seed. You know, this way they can say, listen, you come to the team, we'll get better. You know, when they go out and recruit next season, when they have all this money they can spend and get people behind Carmelo Anthony, this way we can have it say, listen, we made the playoffs and now we're on the swing up and we need you and this, and you know, be a good pitch instead of a bad pitch. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that they make the playoffs, whether it be a 7 seed or an 8 seed, I don't care. And I don't even need them to win the first series. I just need them to get in there so they can use that as a pitch for their free agents that they want. See how I'm thinking? See how I'm thinking for the following year?
Yeah, I see how you're thinking for the following year. And Jeff, it's going to be amazing to see what the Knicks do because, it's, in my opinion, it'll be a rebuilding year. But with Phil Jackson being there, he knows that he has a lot of work to do.
And with Derek Fisher as their head coach, I want to see how he handles everything too. First-time head coach, being under Phil Jackson regime. I want to see how he handles it as well. You know what I'm saying?
And could it be because the future for the Knicks could be bright? Because when you look at it, you're looking at the fact that LeBron James, talking about how he wants to deliver a championship. It could just be real quick, and then I could see it happening where between now and the time he signs with the Knicks, which could still happen, he and Melo will probably be texting on the phone. I can see them probably doing it now, saying, you know what, I'll come to the Knicks after I play 2 full years in Cleveland, and then I'll deliver a championship for the Knicks.
Nah, I don't think so.
See that happening.
No, I think he's going to stay in Cleveland. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's going to stay right there.
I don't know. 2 years goes fast, and I know Cavalier fans are probably saying, oh, they'll be happy when they win a championship and that they'll finally end their sports misery there. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think he's going to – I think he signed a 1-year deal knowing that the NBA is going to have a new TV contract next year and he can get more money next year. Plus he'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers free agent. They'll be the only one that can offer him so much money. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we'll see what happens with that. And if Derek Love doesn't, or if Kevin Love doesn't sign his contract for an extension, maybe he can end up in New York. Who knows?
The NBA season is scheduled to begin on October 28th. That is a Tuesday night when the season begins.
Yeah.
As you all know, the NBA always has its tradition of playing the TNT doubleheader, and you got some great matchups here. You got a rematch of last year's Western Conference quarterfinal. You've got Dallas playing San Antonio, and San Antonio, as you all know, they'll be raising their championship banner to the rafters. And then, of course, it seems like it's kind of like the Lakers are kind of like the Chargers, because the Lakers always play the second game after that. They'll play Houston as Byron Scott begins his coaching debut for the LA
Where's that
Lakers.
game?
I know Jeff, you'll be watching both of those.
Where's that game, in LA or in Houston?
That game will be in Los Angeles the 28th of October.
Yeah, I figured as much. They start the season at home. They're doing that reason to help LA out. You know that.
And then there's a full slate of games October 29th. As you know, the first game for the New York Knicks at home against the Chicago Bulls. So that's on ESPN the 29th of October.
Yeah, I'll be watching that game. You know that. And I know Josh will be too. That's going to be a fun night.
I know, Josh, you'll be watching it, and Frank, you'll be watching it too, between the Bulls and the New York Knicks, and then, of course, Oklahoma City playing Portland. So this is a good way to end the show, because I know we're going to have to start prepping, Jeff, and preparing for the NBA, because we got NBA elimination pick, and we got a lot to prepare for the NBA coming up here soon, because exhibitions start. First game is October 4th for the preseason.
It's coming. Hey, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today. We had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. Peace out, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Take care. Adios, amigos.
Goodbye.
Hey, boy, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, kid. So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy. Say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's